Hi everyone, I'm Rob, an aspiring music creator, and I'm creating a YouTube channel to document my journey as a composer and songwriter. So I'm not a professional musician by any stretch of the imagination. I'm honestly just a guy with a hobby and I love music. I'll get more into my music taste and what I want to create in just a minute, but first I want to go over the goals and the objectives of the channel. So I want to create a community of learning where basically we can explore any topic and share cool ideas with each other and kind of improve as musicians. The content that I want to make consists of music theory and music composition and kind of how I blend them together and approach songwriting. The next topic would be song analysis. So I would analyze a piece of music either through sheets or tabs, kind of see what the artist was doing, and then I try to create something of my own from it or create something cool from it. And finally, I would have demos and releases of my own music. And if it ever got to the point of having a community, I would take recommended topics from the community. So as of right now, I just want to do one video a week. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. It gives me time to kind of create videos and learn how to do this because I've never recorded anything like this before or never created content like this before, as well as editing. So it allows me to kind of grow into this role. So what kind of got me into music? Originally, I wanted to play guitar because growing up I listened to a lot of metal and rock, and I always thought it'd be cool to be able to go up on stage and like shred solos or have some gnarly riffs or something going on. But when I asked my dad to get me a guitar when I was in high school, he didn't think I'd stick with it. So after I graduated and moved out and got my own job and started making my own money, I ended up buying a guitar off of one of my friends. That was about 10 years ago. So I'm completely self taught, and I never had any kind of music theory background at all. I was never in bands or anything like that. But I did recently just learn music theory within this past year, and I wish I had known it sooner. But first, I'll get into my guitar journey. So I started with Rocksmith and basically just learned the basics from that. So how to pick, how to hold the pick, how to strum and hold the guitar and all that stuff. And then I essentially moved on to tabs and then YouTube videos of for like specific techniques. So like for like sweep picking or something, I would watch a YouTube video on it. Eventually got to the point where I could play just about anything at an intermediate level. So any kind of riffs, quite a few solo type of stuff. I'm not at the point of playing stuff like Tim Henson or any kind of virtuoso level craziness. I'm probably never going to be there. I mean, that would be cool, but that's not really my objective with the guitar. Is I don't really care to be the best of the best. Um, I just want to be able to create cool things, and that kind of leans more into my music theory learning. So essentially, I took a an online course on Udemy from J. Anthony Allen, and he has an entire music theory course from the very beginning of like learning how to read sheet music and understanding what the notes are and intervals and all that stuff. That goes all the way up to the atonal and chromatic periods of music. So like the 30s and 40s, World War One, World War Two, around there, where it gets really crazy and kind of out of the box. So I completed all of it. Would highly recommend if you want to learn music theory, going to his stuff and watching it. And as of right now, I'm relearning guitar with a theory background. So I'm actually doing that with Avenged Sevenfold's guitars, Sinister Gates, and well, mostly his dad, and kind of watching their videos. And that has been super cool and really helpful on understanding like how the guitar works as an instrument from a theory type of standpoint. So, what is the music that inspires me? It can be kind of summed up into three different areas. The first area, obviously, that I've already talked about is rock and metal. I was pretty big into rock and metal growing up, and I'm still fairly big into it. I actually wanted to start playing guitar because of guitarist Adam D from Killswitch Engage. He's one of my favorite guitarists, and it's not because he's, the best guitarist at all. It's more or less his mantra of, it should just be fun. Like playing should just be fun. It doesn't matter if you're the best, as long as you're having a good time, that's all that matters. So that's kind of how I view playing guitar. Um, so obviously, Killswitch Engage is a metal, like early metalcore band. So a lot of early metalcore was a big inspiration to me. All That Remains, Bullet for My Valentine, all that stuff. Really, really, like, was a part of my childhood and kind of what I listened to and everything. So then there's basic old school metal, so Metallica and Iron Maiden, stuff like that. And then I do like a lot of stuff like In Flames and Soilwork, as well as a little bit of heavier stuff like Whitechapel. The second area, which is completely different from metal, is actually soundtracks. So specifically game soundtracks, so from like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. This is where a lot of my inspiration comes for any kind of like classical pieces that I would write or anything like that. I'm not really into classical music, but I do really like game soundtracks for whatever reason. So it's just one of the inspirations that I have for writing anything like that. Finally, and again, this is completely different from metal or classical, or soundtracks, I guess, is synthwave. This is probably one of the more recent types of or genres of music that I really started listening to. So Essenger, The Midnight, Time Cop 1983, bunch of stuff like that. I just really, really like the sound of that music, and eventually I'd love to write music like in that genre. So to kind of wrap everything up here, the type of content that I'm planning on making is theory and composition kind of combines, and my approach on songwriting. Song analysis, where basically I analyze pieces and then try to create my own version of it or something cool from it. And then demos of my own stuff, and then any kind of community requests if I ever get a community. Um, Again, I'm only releasing one video a week for now, just to kind of give me some time to grow into this role. And yeah, that's about it. So let me know what kind of music styles you guys are into. And I hope you guys will join me on this journey, and I'll see you guys on the next video.